Hello and welcome to the New Dig Norfolk Gardener, where we talk everything New Dig and vegetables. It's the 1st of January today, so the first thing I need to say is wish you all a very happy new year. Hope you had a good one. We certainly did here in our garden in Baton. Anyway, today I thought what we'd do is, it's obviously been a change of season. We're now into winter. We had that change during December. And I thought we'd just show you what the garden looks like during the winter, the things you can do, the things that you maybe can't do at the moment. I've obviously been busy putting a dressing of compost on any soil that becomes bare from harvest. There's still lots to harvest in the garden, which is really great. And also, of course, there's some new beginnings. Remember a few videos back in October, we planted our shallots and our garlic. A couple of videos back or so we planted our broad beans. They've settled in well, and yeah, we'll show you that, so let's go have a look. So here we are in bed 1, and in this part of the bed this is where we planted our overwintering onions and our overwintering spring onions, and they're looking pretty good. Remember, we planted these back in September. They've come through the cold weather that we've had through November and December, and the very wet weather, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased with those. They're multi-sown, which ever since I found out about that method, that's the method we use. Next door to the onions we have our cabbages. It's a lovely little Savoy called Rigoletto. First time we've grown these. Yeah, they've done really well. They've been ready for harvest since November, so you can see they're standing really well. You can see we've had one or two over the last few weeks, so yeah, been really pleased with those. And next door to those is our purple sprouting broccoli, and they're featured in a couple of our videos lately, where we began by taking central heads out and then been cutting the side shoots that appear after you do that. It's a staggered crop, so the ones this end are ready for harvest now, which we've been having, and every 3 to 4 days we get some nice side shoots that we can pick and use. The other 3 plants towards the back, they should come ready any time now, so yeah, been really pleased with the purple sprouting broccoli. This is bed 2, and probably remember a couple of videos ago we planted our broad beans. There they are, they've settled in nicely. I have put a cover over them because it does tend to get a bit windy at this time of the year. I don't want them battered by the heavy rains until they're quite strong plants. But yeah, they're looking good. And then in this part of bed 2, it's our cauliflowers. This is a variety called Sendis, and they started to come to harvest towards the back end of last month. They are a variety that flowers December and January. I have picked one today actually, the one that was on the end here. So yeah, they've been pretty good. They had a difficult start to life, so that I'm pretty well considering. In bed 3, this spare piece of ground here now, that was where all of our spring and summer sown carrots were. And they've finally been finished. And as you can see, I've just put some compost on the top, just a 1-inch layer. And yeah, that's good to go for this year. There'll be potatoes going in here actually. And then here, these are the carrots that we sowed at the end of June, and they'll see us through the rest of this winter and into the first part of spring. And then I've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, another 4 swede to go. And we've had some good harvests off those this year. steadily working our way through that row. And then you can see here under this cloche, this is where the sprouts and kale is. And we're still getting harvest from the sprouts, as you can see. There's still plenty on there. To give us some nice food, certainly through the rest of this month. Bed 4 is mostly empty. You saw me standing on this bed a couple, 3 videos back when I was explaining how I prepped the beds in no dig for the upcoming season. I was able to get a fair bit of this bed done. We've still got plenty of leeks to eat over the winter months, and we grew 2 varieties, Portobello and Osman. Both were grown before, both have always been successful for us. The Portobello in particular, they'll stand right the way through till late March. In bed 5 we still have celeriac to harvest and eat. And we've had a good harvest from the celeriac this year. It's been really quite good. This is a variety called Monarch. I have grown that before, and I do find that to be a really reliable cropper. So, in this part of the bed you can see this is where we planted our shallots and our garlic. And we did a video on this which we released beginning time of October. That was when we planted these. And you can see the shallots have sprouted. There's a variety called Jamour. And when we planted our garlic, remember I said to you it could take some weeks to come through. Well, ours is now starting to come through. So it is there. Interestingly, the Jamour have all got underway quite quickly actually, but the Griselle that I planted are actually only now starting to come through. But they're there, which is good. So there you have it, that's what our garden looks like. It's the state of play on this, the 1st of January. And if you've seen on our winter tour, there's still lots to eat in the garden. And as I said earlier, as you know, land becomes bare through harvest, then I'm just putting a layer of compost on that ready for spring when we want to start planting. What we have got is lots coming up over the next couple of months as we start gearing up to start sowing our vegetable seeds. The first thing we'll be starting with is the onions, and you should see a video about that in the next week or so as we start to plant those ready for planting outside once spring arrives, or the spring equinox. Yeah, that's generally when we put our onions out. For us, we find that works well. For other people, they plant them later. We don't get particularly cold here in Norfolk. With cold winds and driving rain a lot, but as far as frost and that goes, we're usually around about -5, -6 is generally the worst that we get. Being January, it's the time of year when I look to prune our fruit bushes, so I'll be doing that over the next month, and we'll film that so you can see what we do to our bushes. We actually grow mostly soft fruits, so raspberries, gooseberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Now, although all of our vegetable beds are no dig, not everywhere in the garden is no dig as yet. And I particularly wanted to save that because I thought, right, we can make a video over the next 12 months or so on how you can start a new dig garden off. So we'll film that through the year, and you can follow us through the year. We'll plant things afterwards, because just because you've changed to new dig, you can actually plant into it straight away. So we'll film that, and most of our fruit beds, actually, they're not no dig, they're still as they were originally, and our plan is to turn those over to no dig, because it's been so successful with the vegetables this year that that's something that we really want to do. So there's lots to come on the channel, so hopefully you'll stick along for the ride. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, that would be great, and we shall see you on the next video.